said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and jail to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-dah-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-dah-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road.
The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid.
But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-dah-terry-o-dee-da-dee. A fwit-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Adventures waiting further down the road.
Let's go!
Oh, hi there. I didn't see you. Welcome to Mab Labs. Oh, you know
Who
what?
said that?
I know, some crazy person, but you know what? I just now remembered I made this cute little show opening credit little video. You're going to love this. Hold on.
All right.
You have 16 seconds to spare?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do this. That's right. 16 seconds of adorable whimsy.
That's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you very
16
much.
seconds well spent.
Welcome to Mab Labs, everyone. And I want to introduce a good friend of mine. One of my maker inspirations is, and I'm so lucky he is taking some time out from his incredibly glamorous lifestyle of tattoo conventions and trade shows and being just spectacular everywhere across the world. It is Hamilton Alexander from Chump Change
Hi.
Variety.
I'm glad to be here. It's nice. I don't think we've actually talked like face to face in a couple of years. It's always just
Since
been
before
the messaging
pandemic,
chat.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, little backstory: I met Hamilton Alexander down in New Orleans at a sideshow event, and we were just
It was a Cafe
great.
Brazil, was it? Cafe Brazil was that or
No,
Cafe?
it was the Russian. It was the Russian cafe.
Oh, that's right. The Siberia.
Siberia. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a great joint.
For
So it was
the
fun.
Hootenanny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so excited. And so we have Hamilton, we have a lot of makers who tune in to our shows regularly. And I see one of them, Just Some Guy from Tennessee, is literally his username is Just Some Guy from Tennessee. He does a lot of 3D printing, and I think you two can conspire to make some really brilliant.
Wait, which that's the guy who does the 3D printing about the Coney Island stuff?
No, that's someone else. This guy's
Okay.
literally his username is Just Some Guy from Tennessee. And so when we do our shows, we do our D&D shows on Tuesday nights, and then we'll make some stupid, ridiculous offhand comment, such as, owl bears are a monster in D&D. And then we decided that they were gummy owl bears, so like a combination between owl bears and gummy bears. So then he printed up these sons of bitches. They
I
are
love it.
gummy owl bears. So, and honestly, I would love to eat these, but Just Some Guy from Tennessee has specifically told me not to eat them. Specifically told me not to eat them.
So the guy, but it's okay for me to eat them though.
I don't know, man. I'm going to see where the line is. But I would love to show off a little bit about the magic and the majesty of the things that you create. And actually, there's someone over here who wants to say hi. Let me see if I can bring them on.
All right.
They're a little shy. So hold on a second. Come on, buddy. It's going to be fine. I don't even. Okay, so this guy over here just wants to say hello.
Ah,
So
the clown big boy.
this is one of the things that Hamilton Alexander
Oh,
is.
did it break? No, okay, it wasn't connected. All right, I got scared for a second.
You're there. You're still there.
I'm here.
Is brilliant at is taking Americana Kitsch and then just I don't even know how to describe this. So this is an actual Bob's Big Boy bank.
Yeah.
If you guys are familiar with the Bob's Big Boy banks. And then tricked out to look like this character, which is another. There's 3 Kitches stacked on top of each other here.
Yeah.
Okay, the Bob's Big Boy Kitsch, the Elvis Kitsch, and the Clown Kitsch.
Yeah.
Look, you maxed out the Kitsch in
one. I could do more. Stop me or I'll kitsch again. It's my greatest kitsch sin.
But wait, there's more.
Uh-oh.
There's this guy.
Oh yeah, so if you ever go to the Bob's Big Boy in Burbank, I haven't seen it personally, but Alex Dow told me that she was there, and they have a slideshow of just Big Boy art, and that one and the Big Lebowski both pop up.
I don't have the Big Lebowski.
Yeah, but they both pop up on the photo screens. So like in their display, it's a permanent rotating imagery, and so that one and the Bob's I'm sorry, my brain just frizzled on me.
That's okay.
That Ash and the Big Lebowski both pop up on the screens. I was kind of tickled that I'm in a permanent loop in Big Boy.
So just some guy from Tennessee has this question. Does Exhibit know about this? Now, I'm not sure who Exhibit is. What is Exhibit? XHIBIT.
That sounds familiar. I don't know what it is.
No.
Could you elaborate? Person from Tennessee?
We're going to need some more. We're going to need some more information. In the meantime, someone else wants to say hello. This guy.
Oh, that's old school.
This one is super one of my favorites. Look at that little angry alien face, the reptiles. But the moon on this one is just, and you sculpted all this. What did
Oh
you
yeah,
use to
the moon
sculpt
side.
it?
And I'm doing less of the big boys and less of the Cupid dolls that I was doing, and more just one-off sculptures. Um, I unfortunately am not in my studio, so I don't have the pieces with me. But I've been doing more roller coaster dark rides. And just doing a kit bash of, like, I'll send you some pictures when we're done with this interview, so you can post them if you'd like.
Sure.
But I just did a roller coaster of the car looks like Henry, like Jack Nance, and it's the roller coaster car. And inside of the car is the Eraserhead baby, and then the
Oh my God.
billboard for the ride has written in the hair Henry's dream, and that's a nod to Nick Cave.
Oh my
So it's
God.
yeah, so I just really pack it in there.
Oh my God. So, but I am absolutely curious. What is the medium you use for sculpting? What are these?
It those ones there that you're looking at, that's a lot of that is I'll use a lot of like chipboard, a lot of kind of PVA glue and epoxies and polymers, kind of whatever fits. I've been doing more um, like two-part epoxies lately. I'm doing more like, and then sculpting whole cloth. I'll just do like an armature with wire and aluminum foil and whatnot, and then I just kind of cover that up. I do a coating of like an air dry clay, which is super shitty clay, but that'll give me the basic shape I need. And
Okay.
then when I put the clay on, then I'll cover it with a PVA glue and then like a tissue paper, and that creates like a bonding agent that'll
Oh,
keep the really it's called DAP clay, DAP, or even just like air dry clay. And
yeah,
you get, it's like $10. It's super cheap.
yeah.
Um, but it cracks. It's very brittle. So when you do the PVA glue on it, it kind of like creates a bond. And then when you put the paper over it, it just seals it shut. And then I'll take my epoxy and I can sculpt off of that, because epoxy, when you have it like freshly mixed, a lot of times it'll kind of slump back on itself. So you do some really great detail lines, and then it just smooths out, and it's very frustrating. So with the undercoating of the air dry clay, it just kind of builds up a nice armature. You can build up a nice like peak of a nose and a nice brow, and then you go back over it with the two-part epoxy, which once you get used to it, it has the pot life on it. Like when you first blend it, it's very soft, but then as
Uh-huh.
it begins
Yeah.
to cure, it gets a nice pliability, and there's a sweet spot where it works like a polymer, like a Fimo or
Mhm.
Sculpey. So
Yeah.
you always try to like have that sweet spot ready for when you do sculpt. And most of the
That's
stuff I'm doing now is almost all like found material, like the roller coaster cars themselves. I'll send you some step by steps on them so you can see they were like
sure. We
paid.
we have a whole Discord
Oh,
for
excellent. Good. I
those
love it.
chats, so I can share it.
Well, now that I'm not really doing the Cupies anymore, I don't mind giving my secret away on those. So I'll do that. I'll do that on your Discord, so you can make some money off of my secrets.
But I don't see, a lot of us are just here to like, I need to make minis.
Yeah.
I need to make little set pieces, or
Well,
I need
the
to
roller
make,
coaster cars that I'm doing are essentially miniatures. Like I'm building
yeah,
an entire miniature track, like roller coaster track that has the girders underneath holding it up, and it looks like it could be on an actual train set, because I'm very inspired by the train set. Someone asked if I use PMC clay. I've not used PMC clay. Um, I'm not really even familiar with it. Uh, just some guys ask him some good questions, but you probably, I
that's
feel like you
okay.
know more
Just
than
some
I
good-
do at this point.
yeah, just some guy's a great maker.
Yeah.
Um, uh, the I saw a thing recently that I kind of put on the back burner because I wasn't doing as much sculptural stuff. More right now, I'm doing lasers and sublimation, heat press kind of
Oh yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Um, but I did look into, because I do have some sculpture background in my
yeah.
life, uh, a comparison of air dry clays, and And I like what you were saying about using the cheap and then coating it with tissue paper. Because that was definitely a blocker for anyone who's trying to make art as a living.
Yeah.
Is the expense. And now some of these air dry clays are, $18 a pound, and the pound's like this big.
Yeah.
And or you could buy the $5 for the big bucket of the Crayola cheapo air dry.
I actually used the Crayola stuff recently, and it is complete garbage. But using the technique I'm using, it's salvageable garbage. It's actually worked out beautifully, because when you seal it, it'll stay, and you don't do any. It's not your final product. Like when you do it, keep in mind it's like the cartilage underneath. It's not the bone, because it ain't that strong, and it's not the skin, because it's
Wait.
gross.
Are you saying you use actual human bones to make your artwork?
The only bones I use are my fingers.
No, so close.
No, I don't. But I do know. Okay, so I work in horror conventions a lot. One second. PMC clay is with metal. No, I have not. I'm reading just some clay guys thing.
Yeah, I've seen.
No, I don't. So just some guy in Tennessee. I don't do a lot of kiln stuff. Like most of the yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Thank you for the context. But yeah, no, I don't use that. I would love to. I just don't have the setup to do jewelry or heat or a kiln. So whenever I use like polymer clay, I have a dedicated toaster oven that I use for the polymer clay that I don't that I don't eat out of. And really, like I like the 2-part epoxies are great. Like I used to do a lot of fiberglass, a lot of like real material, and I do a lot of foam sculpting. Like I used to build puppets and props for Nickelodeon. I used to build like window displays. The company through companies, not me personally. I was just part of the crew. But we would do at FAO Schwartz, like Lego would subcontract us when they had the Bionicle, and we built giant just like mountains, and then we put the little Bionicle figures on the mountains, and then we would have Nickelodeon hired us to do GAC drips for their shelving at the Toys R Us on Fifth Avenue. They used to have the Ferris wheel in it. It was back in the 90s. But yeah, I'm sorry, I kind of got sidetracked. But yeah, I used to use like more like meaty materials. And one thing, I was talking to my girlfriend's father, who's a car guy. Like I grew up around cars myself, so I was very used to like Bondos and fiberglass. I love that stuff. But as we're having discussion, I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to explain like the techniques you learn in kindergarten doing paper mache with like wheat paste. It's literally the same technique when you do layup fiberglass work. It's just the materials are less toxic. I love that one so much.
Yeah,
Pardon?
This is actually one of my favorites. Is this paper mache?
And I did no that's the okay, so the bandoliers on it, that's chipboard that I kind of like bent and sculpted around. So it's like chipboard. I'm using chipboard as like more of a kind of a seam lines now. So I kind of will build out the thing, and then I'm doing more sculpting.
Okay.
Like like the Clovis one you have is more. I think that's like a mix of stuff there.
Yeah, that's I think the newest one that I've got.
Yeah. I still actually like you have another piece coming. Oh yeah. I did another one of those too. I love doing those guys.
Yeah. I was like, hey, there's this thing I'm really into. Let me send you some pictures. And then the 111 is raised, so that's got to be like the chipboard.
Yeah.
Belt is raised, so that's got to be chipboard. But on this guy, you can really see the big boy.
Yeah. Yeah, he was not a lot of like cover work. It was just that was mainly the just the building up the costume. It was a very simple sculpt. But yeah, I have Jam. I left him outside. But I all the hamburgers I break off, I've been making them into necklaces and keychains, just for a lark.
Oh, I know. I absolutely want to get one. So then there's these more complicated.
Oh yeah.
This guy, the Cthulhu big boy, might be.
That's actually mostly chipboard. Also, the
Yeah.
scales, each one of the scales are kind of hand cut out and then layered on, like when you do wig making. Yes, like they're all.
No, that is insane.
Yeah, each one of those are labor intensive. I did a giant carnival mask that's in a tiki bar now in Cincinnati, and it was like 2 or 3 feet tall, giant head that had like a similar technique, but larger. Yeah, his butt sticking out there.
Look at that butt.
Yeah, I like
Oh,
that one. But yeah, so I layer everything on just like piece by piece. But the larger size ones, I spent like 72 hours just putting scales on it, and I regretted that one halfway through.
what about this one? Speaking of scales,
Oh yeah,
there's another. This is the Godzilla.
yeah.
Yeah, I got a few of these big boys
You
here.
do. I think you have more. I think you're probably one of the biggest collectors of. Well, definitely of the big boys.
Yes, one of
Booty
the.
Thulu. Do you see that comment?
Yep,
Nice.
that's Victoria Lindenbach. So there's a whole comment thing that's chatting here that I'm only when I see one that's awesome, I put it up on the screen so that you can see it. But yeah, aw,
Okay, so yeah, so just some guy. So he's talking about using the craft foam sheets like those.
yeah,
That's called EVA foam
yeah,
or EVA foam, and you can actually take that foam. Like when I was working for Nickelodeon, we're doing like the giant masks for the different characters, and you would
yeah.
get a version of the EVA foam that's just like it's the same thing as that craft foam that you're using, but that craft foam, but it'll be like an inch thick, and then that gets cut into different shapes to do, and it gets glued together, and it holds itself really well. And then you can even take it when you coat it correctly. You can even put fiberglass on it, but you got to really build it up. Oh, you got one of the fortune teller boxes.
Yeah, I loved this one. This one's probably the last thing I got from you.
Oh, that's great. I love those ones.
It's so simple.
Yeah.
It's so gorgeous,
And
and it's made out of foam core, right?
well, that's a
Chipboard.
box. I got like a regular box, and then the box gets skinned once again and chipboard. And for anyone who doesn't know what chipboard is, just to break it down simply, chipboard is anything from a cardboard box that your cereal comes in. That's technically chipboard, all the way up to you can get like high density, the backs of your sketch pads. That's also chipboard, and you can get really thick, durable chipboard that's even made with like sawdust. So it's like a nice thing.
Yeah, you can see it's cardboard on the back.
Yeah, the back I think I just left straight cardboard. Yeah, fuck the back. But I am doing those fortune teller boxes. I actually have been doing. I'm working on some Pepper's Ghost illusions to put inside of them. Yeah.
So for those of you who are not familiar with the Pepper's Ghost, do you want to explain for folks?
No, you go ahead.
So Pepper's Ghost is this amazing illusion where you are looking in a window and you see a thing, and then the light changes, and then you see another thing.
Yes.
It's this amazing illusion that from girl to gorilla, it changes before your very eyes.
It's like a one-way mirror.
It's a one-way mirror, but there's like the way the lighting and the reflections of the things are shining on it. There's basically two figures, and when the light changes from makes one brighter and the other dimmer, the reflections of the two images are superimposed on one space, and so that when the light changes, it looks like it's one and only. I'm doing a crap job.
Think about like the Haunted Mansion, like a lot of the ghost illusions in there. Also for you nerdier people, not like me though, because I'm clearly not a nerd. And how I know this, I don't know. But anyway, if you buy the Playmate Star Trek transporter toy from the 90s, you remember the transporter toy? You put a
Yeah,
figure in there, and then you turn it up, and then it makes them disappear. That's a Pepper's ghost, because it's just like the light goes from the outside where it's reflecting to the inside where it's projecting.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, so Victorian. I'm sorry, my eye.
Victoria London fog.
Thank you. All right.
She's a
Yes,
brilliant
that is
writer.
correct.
I love her
The
stuff.
fake torches do that. I'm gonna send you a reel later, Mab, that I just spotted. I was blown away. This guy made a little railroad diorama, and he recreated like California wildfires and homes burning, and it
Oh,
looked like they were actually on fire, but it was all done like Pepper's Ghost with like a little bit of fog machine, and he put his hand over it. It was amazing. So if you're doing your role play D&D stuff, it would be really good to have in like a
a nice
Mordor or like a
solution.
dragon's
Yeah.
lair. Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. That is
Yes.
so clever.
I want to do a wishing one of the boxes, like the fortune teller boxes you just had, where
Mhm.
you can have you look at it through the top, and you can see it's a well, and then when you look through the top of it and you turn the light on, you'll see the Pepper and the girl down the well with the lotion.
Ha. Nice.
The fortune teller boxes, I stopped making the small ones like you have, and I'm going to be making that like kind of a keystone piece when I do shows and whatnot. I'm going to be making them like 2 or 3 feet
Oh,
tall with out of wood and glass and whatnot.
I would love to show off the sign that you made, but I just had this idea just now. So I made crankies, and I made this cranky.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So I mean, it's disassembled because I'm bringing it back, but it's designed to look like a TV. And now I'm wondering, like, if I can send you some pieces, you trick them out, make them super groovy, and we should do some
Yeah.
kind of collaboration thing. I mean, I have bigger crankies, making a mess, like a little
Yeah,
bigger.
those are awesome.
Yeah, and then I have a really big one that's like holding all of the other little ones. But I have these little ones that I'm working on now. Let's see here. Come on. Which way? I'm turning it the wrong way.
Yes. Sorry.
Here we go.
The cats have this toy. They just set it off.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. All right. Sorry about that.
The timing was perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of cats, Murder Beast just walked into the room.
So
He heard you talking about
he
cats.
just set off the fish.
Can you show me the sign for the tattoo
Oh, yeah.
convention?
So-
yeah, you showed it to me earlier, and
Okay,
I
so-
love the look of it.
So I
You
did
made
like
it.
a lot of like display stuff. So Sarah and I collaborated on a sign for her for this the show that we're about to do in Milwaukee. And so I can get it. This is basically it's flat. It comes apart. I'm gonna get a better view of it. There we go.
Oh wow! Look at that thing. I'm gonna actually embiggen you here. Let's see if I can do that. Bigger.
Size queen.
Bigger. Make it bigger. There it is.
All right. Yeah.
What the?
So it's about 4 feet wide, and then it's like dimensional.
Yeah, it is. Oh my gosh.
So this is all. Sorry, I'm gonna make sure I'm in the frame. So right here, this is all like sculpted foam that's been coated with like a putty.
I'm sorry, it lights up. I don't know if you can see it.
No, did you pack that? No, forget it. We could probably light it up for you in a minute. Let me see. Oh, there we go. It's a good view if I get out of the way.
Wow. And is that airbrushed or?
No, that's actually okay. So Sarah painted the using for the skeleton girl here. That's just painted with acrylic, and then the asteroids, and then the the praying mantis, the Venus fly traps are spray painted. So she used spray paint. She also did did mural painting and stuff. So she's much better with the aerosol than I am.
That is really stunning. That is stunning on so many levels.
And I'll send a picture, but it's dimensional. Like it actually comes out, and the whole thing is very lightweight too. Like I have this rigged up so that it can travel easily, and it's just foam and stuff on the back, and it locks into place. How does it attach
to the wall?
Pardon?
How does it attach to the booth space?
Well, I also have, let's see, to hang it up. So this is a travel one for shows. Or if I was doing this for a shop or something, it'd be out of wood. But on the back, it's just a couple of strings here, connected, and then the strings will get tied off and then put on hooks and stuff. But because it is done with just foam core and carved foam, it's not very heavy, so it's good for travel.
That's gorgeous.
A couple of other pieces. Oh, here I can show you some other pieces more up close.
Oh yeah, what's the thing you were working on now? You were just telling me about this.
Oh, let me show this real quick. So these are a couple of the extra pieces, but it's just real simple.
I love them.
It's carved foam, and in the back it just looks real shitty. And these are actual pieces. Yeah, what I'm working on now. So I just, as an artist, like you can only do so much big stuff. So you got to kind of figure out a good way to do like nice smaller items.
Right. You need the nickels and the dimes.
I had this idea years ago, and I actually proposed it to Columbus to do, and he was like, "Oh no, man, I can't do that. It's not my brand."
Just to be clear for the people listening, Clownvis is a real person.
Yes.
He's a comedian and a clown Elvis.
Yes.
Real.
He has every Wednesday on YouTube. He's got a streaming show called Columbus to the Rescue. He tours. We've toured with Max Sabbath. We toured with Insane Clown Posse. We toured with them a lot, actually. I went from being not down with a clown to being very down with a clown. Insane Clown Posse are the nicest people I've ever worked with, to be honest. Wow. They're amazing.
I've heard this. Actually,
I'm shocked to say it.
No, I've heard it before. I'm actually not.
Oh yeah, they're great. But anyway, so Columbus with this show, he's got a lot of younger followers. He was on America's Got Talent. He just did a bunch of shows with Puddles recently, and he'll be doing more. But David Arquette bought Bozo the Clown. So David Arquette is now the new Bozo the Clown. And he's like calling up Clownvis, he's calling up Puddles, and like they're giving him advice on how to do clowning. So he's like really, he's clearly got ADHD because he hyper fixates on things. He became a wrestler for a few years. He's a trained Bob Ross painter. This is David Arquette, and now he has Bozo the Clown. So he did an album of Bozo songs. It's a family album, and Clownvis did a track with him. I think Puddles did a track as well. And they're having the record release party in about a week or two in Chicago at Billy Corgan's tea room thing. Whatever. I don't care. I'll be there though. It's gonna be fun. But so when I did this idea, I presented to Columbus. I was like, hey, how about because I make a merch a lot too. I'll do a lot of I'm gonna be making hand puppets of them very soon. But I said I should do clown merkins for you, and he like laughed and goes, no, that's not a good idea at all. Because it's a great idea, just not my brand. He was very nice about it. I'm not going to read the quotes because some of them get a little risque. But if you go to my Big Cartel or my Facebook, you can see them. Have they figured magnets out yet? I don't think so. No, they've not figured out ICP. He's asking if ICP has figured out magnets yet. They don't need to. They don't really even use them anyway. So I don't know if you know that ICP has a whole song like magnets. How do they work? And it's become a joke. Anyway, so I've been making clown merkins, and it says here it's Penny Packers clown merkin, squeaky fuzzy fun, and it also says warning, it tastes funny. And each of the merkins has a little squeaker in it. I also have the
I love it.
The patriotic one. And this is I'm afraid of merkins. And then
I get it.
Oh, you get it, yeah. And the best says works best when European. And yeah. And then we also have this one here, the Freddie Merkin. And so the Freddie Merkin in the back says, "Fat bushed girls, you make the rockin' world go round."
This is accurate.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
It really.
Damn.
And for those who don't know what a Merkin is, I'm going to give you the PG version. Historically, Victorian times, they weren't as clean, so a lot of the solutions for a lot of the problems are just shave it away. And they also, were embarrassed to be seen by their maids or whoever without, their womanhood presentation. I don't know, forward facing. So they would make these vaginal toupees, essentially, or pubic toupees. And the guy's J.W. Merkin actually was a real guy. His name was Merkin. They were his products. And there's a picture floating around online that I thought was AI, but I don't think it is. I believe it's a real historical photograph of the guy with his Merkin case. And they lasted for a few years in America, then just faded away. But Japanese people love them. So to this day, if you go into a wig shop in Japan, you can buy a human hair Merkin. They still sell Merkins.
Oh wow.
And I just the idea of a Merkin makes me giggle. So I had to do the Merkin.
Because you're 12 years old.
Yeah, I'm always 12. I'm 70 or 12. There's like nothing in between. And actually so Sarah actually did the art on this too. So I feel like she should be here too for this one. But anyway, yeah, and I got some other stuff. Just I'm not in my studio now, so I apologize. I'm not bringing all the fun stuff, but I will send you some pictures, and I'll be more than happy to come back and show off more stuff later. But I've been doing some.
Let me tap into the like some of the core stuff though. Like it's what you make is awesome, and everything you make is fan-friggin-tastic and genius and brilliant. Blah 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 blah. I'm a fan.
I'm very neurodivergent, so I make a lot of stuff.
Right, exactly. So yeah. Like where do you pull some of your inspiration for some of these ideas? Because like the big boy, that is a natural progression of the big boy into Zardoz. Of course it is.
Yeah. I have a Zardoz suit of my own too.
Oh my God, don't tell me this. Hamilton, don't tell me this.
My eyes are up here, lady. Come on.
I actually have a Zardoz mask that I made myself in the oven.
Do you now? We're gonna have to do a Zardoz show. Sean Connery. Are you gonna wear it now? Oh no. She has a Zardoz costume of her own. You need a time lapse or something. But while she's getting that, I've been doing, for anyone who's watching right now, I've been doing the cast resin pieces just to like, because sculpting one of a kind is something, but it's time consuming. So I've been doing a little. Oh, you coming back?
What? Me? No. Hold on a second. I stuck things in there and I can't wear it with my glasses.
Oh, that's awesome. No, I feel naked without my Zardoz outfit.
I made it for a Halloween party, and apparently at Dragon Con, there's a whole contingency.
Really?
Zardoz soldiers. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go now.
Yeah, exactly. You would do very well at.
Yeah.
There's this. This is how he lives. I put these giant devil paint stirs.
Nice.
Oh my God, Victoria London Fog, you are friggin' brilliant.
Oh, that's good. Yes. But what's evil?
Okay. Yes, we should absolutely make this a drone.
Oh, dude. Just some guy in Tennessee. Now that would be an amazing drone.
I mean, this is actually, it is a little heavy. Parts of it are made with paper clay.
Yeah.
Parts of it are made with like a wire mesh. Oh, and it is double-sided.
Nice.
It is double-sided. But and then I use like open cell foam in the middle.
You could probably, I mean, you could probably do one if you, because I've seen like people print on like that, like it's almost like a really light foam material. Like I forget what they call it, but it's like you can print a face on it, but it's on fabric, but the fabric is spongy. It's not quite an EVA foam, but it's similar. And I see like printing people do like they were doing like masks and stuff. Like
Oh
if you
wow.
printed one of those and were able to make it, maybe even put a balloon inside of it to hold it out. Put that on a drone, it would work well.
I like it.
Stop giving me ideas. I got too
See,
many.
I know this is uh no guarantees there, Evelyn Evermore. No guarantees. I can't make her not watch the show.
Oh man,
But
that would actually be a good campaign.
uh we have some Hamilton, we have our we're not your grandpa's D&D, that's for sure.
Okay.
We are, yes, we're nerds, but we're also live entertainers.
Yeah.
Like the whole cast is made out of Ren Fair performers
Nice.
and cabaret performers, and so I do sideshow and the uh, Paulo's juggler, international touring guy, and anyways, so our shows tend to be a little bit more comedy improv
Yeah.
with D&D with dice. Comedy
So what
improv
I'm
with
hearing is you're going to be doing a Zardoz show very
yeah.
soon.
If I
Okay.
can run it, I will absolutely. I'm also the one that made the Legion of Gnome, which was this for fun and
Yeah.
assassinations. Kill gnome assassins.
I want to hook up a pneumatic door, like the grocery store door. When it opens, it goes Sean Connery. Sean Connery.
Okay.
Sean Connery.
I have. You might be able to help me. Yeah, so many N21 memes. So it's true. We've made many memes have come out of our show. I want to make. Oh, is it here? Is it in the space? Come on, girl. Because I'm also ADHD person. I made this
Awesome.
as for a live show whenever I was doing commercials. It's
Oh, that's
hi,
great.
I'm Memphis Mab. You may recognize me from that time I did a thing on stage just a few moments ago.
Oh, that's good.
But I would like to use this as a facade or something similar.
Yeah.
And have a cranky scroll on a loop that would tell people what crankies are, because crankies are freaking awesome.
Well, if
and nobody knows what they are unless
if you're doing a live show, I designed like years ago, like 20 years ago now. Like I used to do more puppetry stuff, and we had designed a stage that was a for a flashback sequence. We wanted to have it was a bar, and all the characters were just different weirdos in the bar, and we were bartenders, so we based it on actual customers who annoyed us. But one of them was like, we called it the sad burlesque. It was an older burlesque queen whose flower has faded, and she's having memories of back in the day. So when she has her memories, like the different areas of the bar become different theaters. Like you'd have the TV would have like shadow theater and whatnot. But the back bar, the bottles would open up like a curtain, and then behind it we had a thin. And you can use this idea because I never got to build. I got to build the stage. We never really got to use it, but I've always wanted to take like a sheer material, either paper or fabric, and it was like a rolly, but we had like staticky lines in front of it. So as she's remembering her, there's like a haziness. So we would have a puppet show behind it, and then the moving of the sheer fabric looked like lines on a television screen or on like a 60mm projector.
Right.
So like with that larger one you can actually do like make fake lines going up and crackling effects. If you want. Steal my idea.
I need it to be when I vend in person, and I need it to sit in a place where people walk by and see it and it automatically turns.
Oh yeah.
And it's like crankies, analog memes, fun and cute
Have
messages.
you got a motor yet?
No, well, I mean, I'm like, I did the vending last weekend. I'm like, I know I need to build one of these. I just don't know where to even start. I mean, I can make the box. I
Right.
can make posts.
I'll send you, just remind me, like next week I'll have more time, so hit me up next week, and
All
I'll
right.
draw out a simple sketch for you. But I bought some simple motors on Amazon.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I hate that I have to use it, but
No,
but it's like something like a 6 or 7 RPM motor, but you can get them a little faster, and it's
Mhm.
just a tiny little motor. It's $10. It's a little kit, and then you can just mount it, and it just moves very slowly. So with that, you could actually have your rollies automated and going
Mhm.
continuously as long as there's no catch in the loop.
Right. Exactly. It would
So
be a rolly loop.
I'll send you a link to the motor once I'm off the phone with you. Actually, I got to get going pretty soon because we need to hit the road. But
Right.
I'll send you a link in a few minutes,
That's
or when I'm
awesome.
on the road. And they're great little motors. It's like $10 motors, and they just move very slowly. So like that would be a perfect speed for your rollies to an
Yeah,
automated
that's
rollie.
exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So since you're going to have to go soon, I was wondering if anybody in the audience watching um, has any questions for Herr Hamilton. Um, Anything like very revealing or completely inappropriate is acceptable because there is no inappropriate.
What are my dreams? How big is God?
Tell me about your hopes and dreams. Have you ever written fan fiction? I only asked that because that's a
I
Victoria London Fog thing.
I love reading fan fiction. I haven't written any, but
You
I love
love
reading
reading
it.
fan fiction?
When it's terrible, I love it. If it's
Oh
good, I don't
my
want to read it. I
god!
only read like I read one of like Grimace and somebody else having a gay love affair, and I thought that was brilliant.
See, this is great because
Yeah.
Victoria London Fog wrote a fanfic about. So we have this character on the show that was kind of a one-off. That was a banana who was animated. It was actually a person who was turned into a banana and was just very angry. He was a very angry banana,
Nice.
and he was an assassin. So he became the banana assassin, and he was a
Nice.
very deadly banana assassin. So he just was so wildly popular, we just couldn't kill him off. And then this last season, there was a day in the life of the banana assassin, and he ended up was supposed to kill this vampire dude who was very, very ridiculously
But did
charming.
he develop feelings for him?
The vampire dude seduced the banana, and then we're like, and scene. And
Ah,
then Victoria London Vlog, yeah, okay. She turned around and she wrote this amazing, amazing fan fiction that just, wow, just blew my mind. And now she's writing more, and I cannot wait to see this. And I do get first speak. Yay! Anyway, that is a crazy tangent. Let's talk more art stuff before you go. I figure you're gonna send some links
yes,
to
I will.
resources and things. And are you still making those cool Halloween masks?
No, the Halloween mask. So I came up with that concept for the Halloween masks years ago,
Mhm.
and then I started doing them as merch for myself, and then a couple like one thing that happens a lot at a lot of the conventions I do is you'll have industry people walk around and photograph your shit and then just make it. I've had like multiple things just like I'm doing really well making these things. Like I was doing like Cupid dolls that had Halloween costumes and masks, and now there's
Yeah.
like 3 companies doing them, like NECA, Super 7, and Funko. They all basically came in and swiped it, and not I mean other people do these too. So it's just kind of like they look at what the kit bashers and what the independent artists are doing, and they see, oh, that's popular, we'll do that too. Which I don't care. I don't feel like I own concepts, but I can't compete with a major company.
Definitely. Yeah.
And so and I've had friends of mine even like take the ideas without realizing that they were being discourteous, but or I shouldn't say friends, I should say contemporaries. So no, I'm not doing the masks as much. I'm still doing the big giant carnival masks from time to time.
Yeah.
When I have more space in the studio, I'll be doing giant masks. I just finished one of Pearl from X for a commission for a fella that I'll be posting those pictures later too. He just came up the other day from Chicago to get a fitting for the collar on the mask, because the mask is so big it covers the collar and the dress that he wears. So I have to make him another fake collar.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so not little masks anymore, but big masks, of course. And I'm like you were asking about influences before, like Mardi Gras masks, like Carnival, like Mardi Gras masks, like Carnival, exactly. It's like the giant head masks. Because when I worked for Nickelodeon, we used to do giant masks out of carbon fiber and fiberglass and stuff for like the premieres of movies, for the Nickelodeon live shows. But I love really tiny things and really giant things. It's like there's nothing in the middle.
Girl, true.
But I'm just like Big Boy and just old mascots like HR Puff and stuff, like Sid and Marty Krofft. Like if I could go back in time and do anything for anyone or do anything, I would go back in time and work for Sid and Marty Krofft, putting the amusement park together that they had in the 70s.
Oh, nice. So
yeah,
Evelyn is from Louisiana. She does a lot of Mardi Gras stuff.
Oh yeah, I saw that. But yes, I lived in New Orleans for a year. I spent a lot of time down there. And every time I go to the Mardi Gras World, even though I know it's tourist cheesy and probably overpriced. I don't care. I want to go there. We're going to House on the Rock next week, and that's my favorite.
Never gotten a chance to make it out there yet.
You gotta go if you ever want to go. Like I've been spending a lot of time up this way. We're only like an hour and a half south. So if you ever want to go to House on the Rock, you can come and visit, and we'll all go up there.
All right, maybe that'll happen.
Yeah,
I will get to leave the house again.
Oh, absolutely.
I have one question that someone was asking. Any art project ideas for the K-5 crowd? We do actually have several teachers.
Yeah, no, I used to teach puppet workshops. I mean, I have to think about that. Like, I honestly I just love doing puppets with kids. I think because kids are really you get them talking to the puppets, and that's always fun. And you can do anything K-5. If you get your the blanks built, just or simple paper mache, like a hand puppets are always good. With the littler kids, you want to do like paper bag puppets because they lose focus like so quickly. Yeah, I mean, puppets are always puppets are my go-to for everything. If I'm teaching classes, I'm teaching puppets or I'm teaching miniature building. But miniature building is more of a older kid, and but the puppets are all ages, even adults like puppets. And the fun thing with a puppet is you can
taking our jobs there, Hamilton. Puppets are taking our jobs.
Who's taking our jobs?
Puppets.
Motherfucking flipping puppets.
Yeah. and largely it's my fault because I keep bringing puppets.
But I do got to hit the road now because we're at the point we got to do some driving tonight.
Awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. I do appreciate you taking time out of your awesome and glamorous jet.
Well, thank you so much, glamorous. Okay, but I will talk to you. I'll talk to you later. I'll send you some links and then I'll send you some ideas or stuff for your automated boxes, for your boxes to make them automated.
Yes. Excellent.
Okay.
And thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope things go well at the show.
Well, thank you very much. Good talking to you. Bye.
Ciao, bye. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. That was Hamilton Alexander, and I'll post some links on our Discord of he does have a couple places where you can buy his stuff online if you want to learn more about him. Everything he makes is so innovative and creative, and I am actually not at all surprised that people go to these events and take pictures and make his stuff because, I mean, seriously, this guy is so cute. Yeah, I have a lot of big boys. That is my jam. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. It was a friggin' delight to have you hanging out. I don't know what else to say there except for I will see you. Like you know the drill. I'll be seeing you shortly. Take care and keep on making. I don't have a catchphrase yet, so I'll see you guys later. Bye. Bye.